Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today, I just want to do a little pickups video and go over some of the things I've picked up over the past month. So roll that intro. So yeah, I just want to go over a couple things that I've picked up in the last month. And I'll bring some things out, talk about it, tell you where I got it from, kind of just explain some of the stuff that I've been collecting lately. And just give you like a status on how it is collecting in 2020. You know, I'm in a weird spot for collecting. I don't buy a whole lot of games anymore for a couple reasons. One, is the prices are just astronomical right now. It almost feels like it's everything that's gotten insanely high. That's one reason, is the prices are just insane. Two, I'm not really looking for a whole lot. I didn't have a lot of collecting goals when I started. I kind of just made them as I went. My Super Nintendo collection is pretty much where I want it. There's a certain couple games that I'd like for the Super Nintendo and the Genesis still, but you know, there's not very many, so I'm not really like buying a ton of games right now. There's just not much I really want. I've been kind of branching off into like more toys and stuff like that also, so that definitely plays a role into it. But you know, just going back to the prices, man, you know, games like Super Mario Sunshine, Paper Mario, and Kirby's Air Ride. I was just looking at these on sold listings recently, and would you believe it that there was a time when this game was $20 and I didn't want to pay $20 for it. Like, I thought that was high, you know. And dude, Paper Mario, like, I remember when this game was $30 and you could, there was multiple copies in stock at used game stores. I just seen that a copy of this sold for like $110 used. Like, that just blows my mind on the prices of this GameCube stuff. GameCube has just skyrocketed in value the last, I'd say, 8 months to a year. Kirby Air Ride, the same thing. Like, these are all first party titles. You know, these aren't rare titles like, you know, Go-Go Hyper Grind or, you know, those type of games. Limited run stuff. Like, these things sold millions of copies. Like, it's crazy that they're that high. So, I just want to talk about some things and give you guys an update on what I've been picking up lately. So, you guys know I'm into toys, and there's a lot of things that I collect in toys. So, first thing is, I had these custom made. There was a guy on Facebook selling these. And these are little, I don't know if you guys can see those, but they're almost like little play sets based off the original boxes that you can use to like pose with your action figures. Kind of like here's the turtle, the Technodrome, and I have a Donatello here from the movie. So like, you know, you could pose it by him. You know, however you can have them hold it if you want to, but it's almost like built to scale. It's kind of wild. Like, these are really neat, man. And I got quite a few of these, and you can give him requests, and he'll make certain things that you request also. It's pretty awesome. So I had him make a couple video game things for me, and here's one of them. It's the Super Nintendo control deck. I mean, I just thought that was so cool, you know? Like, I don't know. I like posing things like this with my figures, so kind of put them out there like that, or they can hold it or whatever. But you know, look at this, the USS flag. This was custom made. He didn't actually have this one. He had never done it before. I mean, it looks just like the original box when it came out. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so cool. You know, the original box from 1985. Like, man, that's awesome. So I picked up quite a few of those, and I pose them with the figures. These are the NECA 7-inch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie line figures. I mean, those things just look amazing, dude. These quality on these NECAs are insane. But one bad thing about them is their supply is always sold out. You can't find these things at all. So finding them is extremely hard to find. At first, they were a GameStop exclusive, and they sold all 4 each separately for $25. And there was 2 different waves, but the same figures. One said GameStop on the box, and one didn't. So if you have if you're looking to get a set of them, even the second wave, you're going to spend $200 on a wave of them. So it's kind of crazy how much they've risen in price. I got lucky and got all mine early, so I had the whole set of these. I'll show these off sometime. I just kind of wanted to show the scale of some of the things. So I don't know. I like little things like that. We'll move on to some things I bought at Walmart. They were on clearance for $1.50. It's Mario and Luigi. They were, I think, $6 or $7 originally, but they had a bunch of them that were $1.50 on clearance. So I picked these up, opened them up. I open up a lot of my toys. I don't keep my toys sealed, so only my Ninja Turtles original vintage line I don't open, but most of the other ones I do. So little Mario and Luigi, I thought that was kind of cool. Link's Awakening amiibo. I like amiibos. I have quite a few of them. I got a couple of them from my buddy Greg, about 6 or 7 of them from him that are still sealed, and I got maybe 12 to 15 of them loose. These things are just cool looking, man. I don't ever keep them sealed. I'll open him up too. The quality on these are insane, and they're 12 to 13 bucks a piece, I think, $15, I think. But it just makes your game room, if you have these things and display them, it gives that extra pop, I really like these things. And I like the card art also, but I like them better out of the box. So I'll be opening him up and just displaying them wherever I want. Next, we'll move on to a couple things I bought. Actually, I bought these today. This is a 2011 G.I. Joe modern figure. His name is Bull. He's actually from the Slaughter's Marauders subset. I collect G.I. Joes, and I collect vintage and modern, and this is a modern version of the Slaughter's Marauders. I like the way the moderns look. They look amazing. Like, the detail on them is just amazing looking, if you really look at them. So, they hold all their weapons, and when they hold them, they actually hold them with, their finger actually on the trigger, and it's just so neat looking, man. I love posing these things and displaying them. They look really good. So I picked him up. I got him for $15. He goes for around 25 to 30 loose. So that's not too bad. And another one I got is Dr. Meinbender. And he's actually a 2015 fan club. When they stopped selling the moderns in the store, you could start buying them on the website, but they were extremely expensive. So I picked him up today at a little convention, and he was 15 also, so I got both for 30. He comes with all his, I only display him with one weapon, but he comes with everything. His hose, his backpack, all that. I just like this little coat, you know what I mean? It's like the winter version. I don't know, he just looks really cool. But Dr. Meinbender was an awesome character in the cartoon, so he looks awesome. Look at that. So he was actually sealed in the package. He didn't come on card. He came in like a little baggie that kind of like say you got something mailed to you. As soon as I bought him, I opened him up. So he's probably not worth that now, but that's okay because I like displaying them. Next, I got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie line from the movie Casey Jones and Raphael in Disguise. These are so hard to find right now, and they're just people scalping them like crazy. I was lucky enough to get one, and I'll be opening this up and displaying them with my other figures. So yeah, and these are $49.99 I think at Walmart, but right now they're so hard to find that people are selling them for double, I think, $100 to $120 on eBay. So I picked this up. A lot of people already had Raphael because they got him when they got the original figures, because he's just the same Raphael, but he has the trench coat on. So some people open this up, keep the Casey, and then they sell the Raphael to make up the difference, basically, and sell it for 50 bucks and get a free figure is what they're doing. So I'll be keeping both though, because that's an iconic scene in the movie. And just look at that, man. Like, the NECA stuff is extremely just, I don't know, I have a love-hate relationship with NECA. I love their figures, I love the look of them, the articulation, but getting your hands on this stuff is nearly impossible. It's insanely hard to do. So I'm very glad I was able to get one of these, and this box is kind of messed up, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to take them out and display them. So I picked this up recently for $49.99 plus tax. Oh yeah, also there's a lot of different sets of these. They released these at Walmart because the GameStop ones eventually sold out, and they quit selling them at GameStop as an exclusive. Well, these were all single figures. Well, they ended up releasing some 2-packs with, I think it's Donatello and Leonardo and Raphael and Michelangelo. I could be mistaken because they just came out. I don't have them. But it's cool because, people couldn't find these, so they released a 2-pack to where you could get, 2 of them at a time for 50 bucks. So you'd be in them $100, you could have all 4 turtles. Because like I said, getting the GameStop ones is going to run you $200 to $250 right now. So hopefully if you can get your hands on them, you can find these at Walmart, and they'll have the 2 turtles in here, 2 different packs. One more toy I got was actually a gift from my girlfriend, and it's the NECA Contra Figures. Look at that. Everybody knows Contra. They know how the game is. It's a classic. People started playing it on the NES, and it's iconic now. It's synonymous with the Nintendo Entertainment System. Look at this. I mean, come on, man. And these are just like the other ones. All their NECA figures, great articulation. I'll be taking these out and posing these also and setting them up. But look at this, man.
Just look at them.
Does that not look awesome or what? I mean, just look at that.
Just look at them.
The quality, and it looks just like the NES game. Like, he's wearing the blue fatigues and he's wearing the red fatigues. And then you got on the front the, Arnold Schwarzenegger ripoff and the Sylvester Stallone Rambo ripoff. Like, it's just so cool. And it actually looks like the box for the original game. So I don't know how much these were. These were a gift, so I really appreciate it. And I collect a lot of things and spend a lot of time doing this, and it's really cool that she lets me do that and lets me be me. You know what I mean? Like, most people my age aren't collecting toys and video games, so I'm really grateful that she lets me just be myself and actually gets these things for me, because she knows I'm into this type of stuff. That's a sign of a good woman, so, or a good guy if you're into that. Whatever. It's 2020. So, but it's cool, that most people don't agree with this type of stuff. So for her to do this is super cool of her, There it is, the Contra Figures. This is kind of cool. I bought this off of Facebook from a guy, and it's a VHS tape of 2 hours of original Nintendo commercials. It's super cool, man, but he made it into like a vintage VHS tape. You can actually throw this in a VCR and just play it, and you just watch old Nintendo commercials. I just thought that was so cool, and I think it was 20 bucks. I'm into weird stuff like that. Plus, it's fantastic. So it has all these commercials, and I actually use these when I make my YouTube videos. So it has a ton, but here's the back of it and the front of it. So I don't know, it's just really cool, man. He took his time and made it. So I don't know if he's gonna make any more. This is Volume X. I don't know. I'll try to put a link down in the description of who who made this, and he might have some more left, and you can pick them up. I don't have a VCR, so I can't really watch this. So what I did was I said, hey, for another $5, would you just make a DVD of it? and I can watch them all that way. And he did that, so that was super cool of him. So I'll try to remember and find the website, and maybe you can order yourself one. Next was a gift from my girlfriend also for my birthday recently. Super Castlevania 4 for the Super Nintendo. And you know, it's so cool because there's two different variants to this box, and one of them is the original Konami release. Well, later on, when this game was out for a while, they sent it off to like a subsidiary called Majesto. Konami is a registered trademark, this and that. It would say Majesto. I don't know, the card quality, the sticker on the cartridge is actually less quality, so it scratches very easily. It's not real glossy like the Konami release, and this is considered the first release. And it has all the inserts with it, which I thought was awesome. What's the luck on her, you know, getting the right one? You know what I mean? Because there's a lot more Majesto releases floating around rather than the Konami, because everybody keeps the Konami. For her to get the right game, because I had said something about it, and the right version was pretty wild, you know. So I really appreciate it. I appreciate her, like I said before. So I picked this up. I don't know how much she paid. I have an idea probably, because she got it on eBay. So you're not getting a steal on eBay unless somebody like messes up the listing or something. So, but it's not in the best shape. I'm gonna keep it, and I'll probably upgrade the box later, and I'll just have two boxes. I'll never get rid of the box because she actually got this for me, and that means a lot. Super Castlevania 4. I'll definitely put it in a protector, and it'll be on my shelf. Next, we're gonna look at something else I picked up recently. Is the NES Max. Now, this was a turbo controller for the original Nintendo, because when you played certain games for the Nintendo, man, you're just mashing the buttons the whole time. So they were like, hey, how about we come out with a turbo controller, where everybody just pushes the turbo button and it just, you know, mashes the button for you. But I really like this. It's in the original packaging. Actually has everything too, which is really cool. The box, the inserts, and the controller. So the box isn't a 10 out of 10, but I'd say it's like a 6, maybe a 5 or a 6, or probably a 6 on my scale. I'm super particular about my boxes. But finding this box in this shape is actually really hard. You wouldn't believe that it's as hard as it is, but it's pretty tough to find in general, especially in this shape. Now, here's the back of it. I just like the old pictures on the old Nintendo stuff. Like, look at this kid, man. He's just like super into it, you know? And I like that. The NES Max. Power in the palm of your hands. Maximum control for the most challenging gameplay ever. And this one was unique because it had this weird like 360 solenoid button type of deal. It was like almost like an early rendition of the analog stick. I remember using it and I didn't really like it very much. I liked the way the controller felt in your hands. So there it is, the NES Max. I'm trying to get all the accessories in their original packaging for the NES. So that's another one off the list. My buddy got a hold of me recently. And he's like, hey, I went to this garage sale, driving by, and I just seen it sitting on there, so I drove up real quick, asked her what she wanted, and I can't remember what he said, but I want to say it was $5. I want to say he either paid $1 or he paid a $5 bill for this. I immediately wanted it when he sent me the picture. And he has a funny little story. He was with his girlfriend, and he's like, hold on, I bet I know somebody who wants that. He got a hold of me, and I definitely wanted it. It's a 1991 release Sega Genesis box. And look at this thing. I mean, it's not mint by any means, but it's actually in pretty decent shape. 1991, man, you don't find these boxes, especially in decent shape. And another thing is, usually a lot of the UPCs were cut off of these because you could send the UPC in for either a discount on a game, like a gift certificate for a couple dollars off, or you put it towards a game. They would, if you send in a couple of them and like 10 or 15 bucks, they would send you a brand new game. They ran deals all the time. So these usually are cut off, but this one has it, and it's the original Sonic box, and it's actually a variant because the original Sonic box just has this. Well, this $200 value pack bonus with columns, game cartridge included is a variant. It was the same box, but they slapped a sticker on it and added columns in here. So this is actually a box variant from the original Not original, but original 91 Sonic the Hedgehog release. There's actually an original Alter Beast, which was the first Genesis ever released, which I have. But this is the second one, which was the 1991. This was what most people got because when this came out, Sonic just blew up. So they were like, we need a pack in. Alter Beast ain't doing it for us. So let's put Sonic on here. And it sold like hotcakes. This is it. But check it out, man. I thought this was awesome. He didn't have to do that. But he knew I would want it. So, but look at the back, man. Just look at the back of this thing. Like, you get something now. I can't even. Yeah, hold on. I'll grab something real quick. So check this out. Look at the back of this. You go to the store, right? And just imagine it's 1991, and you're wanting to buy a video game system. You grab this off the shelf, and you're like, your little hands are holding it. And you're just like, but like, look at all this stuff. Look at all these games it shows. Fantasy role-playing, simulations, arcade hits, sports titles, action games, like all the accessories, and just all the, just history and talking about it. And it's just fantastic. Like, this is what you call fantastic marketing. Fast forward into, 2000 whatever when the Switch came out, right? And you're like, man, I really want it. Let's look on the back and see what games is on it. Oh, cool. Like, look at this. I mean, there's nothing on this thing. Like, it's just, different times, like, I don't know. I just really hated that. I hate how simple they got. Like, this is Nintendo. Come on, man. They used to have a ton of stuff on the back of these things. And it's just frustrating, like, but look what it used to look like. I mean, look at that. Strider, Mercs, Golden Axe, Alien Storm, Cyberball, Shadow Dancer, The Secret of Shinobi. It's just crazy, like all the cool games. Streets of Rage, Michael Jackson's Moonwalker, Fantasia, Quackshot, Toe Jam and Earl, Castle of Illusion. It would show all this, and it's like, man, dude, it would make you want to buy these games. So this box is just so nostalgic for me. My Uncle Marty had this, and we used to just look at this box even after he owned it, just like wishing we could get all these games on here, or at least play them or rent them or something. But now, it's just like, cool, man. You got a Switch. Which, don't get me wrong, I love the Switch. But, it's just times have changed, you know what I mean? Like, they really tried. Now it's just like, man, just make the same side look just like it. Like, I don't know. It's just weird that they did that. The last couple things I picked up were some PlayStation games. I recently bought my friend's collection. He was wanting to buy a very sought-after car that it's limited run, basically, and they didn't make that many of them, so he really wanted to get it. So he said, hey, I need this amount of money for this car. I'll sell you my games, and I can get the car. I was like, sounds good. So we made a deal up, and these are some of the games that I kept from his collection. First one is Clock Tower for the PlayStation. I remember playing this back in the day. Honestly, it's not very good. I don't know. I kind of like it. And another reason is when I played it, I didn't have a memory card, so it was like pretty much useless. You play, this dude on the front's trying to kill you. I mean, everybody knows what this game is. If you know video games and you're watching this channel, I'm sure you know what Clock Tower is. I'll maybe review it in the future. And then here's Clock Tower 2, The Struggle Within. I kept this one also. This is another thing, just same type of game. It's the sequel. They're both about the same. They're not fantastic games, but they're pricey for some reason. And it's because, I don't know, man, they didn't sell very well, I guess, or I went ahead and kept those two. And another game that I never played and I never beat all the way through. I did play it, but not a ton, which was Castlevania Symphony of the Night for the PlayStation. I'm not a huge PlayStation collector. I have about 15 games, and I have about 10 Japanese PS1 games. So, yeah. But this game's notoriously good. It's iconic, actually. A lot of different games saw this and took its formula, and it's basically like a Metroidvania. It's where they got this at. They got Metroid and they got Castlevania and put it together, and there's Metroidvania games now. So, and this is all built off of this formula. So, Castlevania. And the last two are Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey. A super cool game, man. And it reminds me of Out of This World, Heart of Darkness, things like that. Just, I love those type of games, man. Those like side-scrolling, platformer, puzzle type games. I love them. So, Oddworld, the first one, and Oddworld Abe's Exodus, which is the sequel. It's just awesome. I just like these type of games. So if you guys get a chance, if you can pick these up, they're not extremely high priced. A couple of these are, but I know that the Oddworld games are a little cheaper, but these three are kind of pricey. So if you're looking for a good time, though, definitely pick up Castlevania. And I'd say the original Oddworld's better, but they're both really solid. So, well, that's my pickups for the last month or so. The PlayStation games were a little further back, but I kind of just had them sitting on the shelf, and I was like, well, I might as well go past these because I've never talked about them. So if you guys picked up anything recently, leave a comment in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, keep it retro.